buzzer-beating three-pointer from Otis, but George Mason beats Fordham, only the third time ever that the Patriots had defeated the Fordham Rams. I think Coach Paulson summed it up perfectly in the press conference along the lines of, you weren't expected to win those road games, but when you come into these games, you have to be expected to win and you have to be able to perform. And while it looked crazy at times, like George Mason wasn't going to pull it out, Fordham had a 9-point lead with 5 minutes left to go. The Patriots got one out, none bigger than Otis getting that wing three with under a second left to go. So essentially a buzzer beater. He finished with 17 on the night. Again, he's not going through the same shooting that we normally expect from him. He was 4 for 11, but man, he was 1 for 5 pulling up for that three-pointer, and he and his entire team had confidence before it went in.
Coach talked about that three-pointer in the press conference. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, just on this play was 2 picks for me, and just try and make a play really, and that's what I did. Whether it was a 3 or driving into pass or whatever, just try and make a play.
And when you're holding the ball out front and the time's ticking down, what are you thinking? What are you hearing?
What I'm hearing, it's just like it's just like a focus. Really, it's like everything kind of like slows down a little bit and gets quiet, and I don't know. It's just a natural thing, You just read the play, just see where my guys are on the floor, and just try to make the best possible read, really.
Mm-hmm. And
we just like, we got to take the last shot. Like, so we're not shooting early. And the worst thing that happens is we're going to overtime, and we're going to win in overtime if that happens. So we're going to start at 6 seconds, and we wanted to set double, screen the 2 top guys in the zone, and then let Otis make a read. And there's nobody in the country that I'd rather have the ball make a decision unless the guy on my left, And so it's pretty nice to have those 2 guys, and you trust them. And again, they both missed some shots, but they stayed the course, and so that was great. And we've seen them, we play situational games all the time in practice, and Otis has an uncanny knack of being able to knock down that shot, at the buzzer.
Not only was it a big night for Otis, but it was a big night for some of the other players on his team, including Justin Kier, who continues to be Atlantic 10 Player of the Year candidate. 18 points, 9 rebounds, one short.
Close of a double-double.
One short of a double-double. He also had 3 assists, which is second most on his team. Jared Reuter, impressive night for him. I thought especially on the defensive end, he really kept the ball out, and the only reason why Fordham was staying close was these mid-range jumpers and three-pointers. He perfect 3 for 3 on the night, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Majority of those coming in the final 2 minutes of the game. So Jared Reuter getting some big rebounds there at the end. Jordan Miller, hot start, 9 points for him. Also, Javon Green, he's seemed to be hitting a little bit of a shooting slump as well.
Only 7 points in this one. He went 3 for 6, 1 for 4 from 3. He had a nice 3-assist night tonight as well, but he had 3 turnovers.
Yeah, there were times that we really saw the freshman performing well, and I think that's going to be good going forward for the Patriots. But back onto track with Otis. He also tonight tied the Mason program record for most starts, and he did them all consecutively. 118 starts for Otis Livingston. I asked him what it means for him, and he basically gave us a coach's answer. But here's what he said.
I just want to thank Coach Paulson for starting me out. For real.
It was a tough decision.
It's cool. I haven't really thought about like the milestones. Really this season. It's just probably something that'll mean more to me. When I'm done and things like that. I'm just focused on winning, and when the season's done, then I can appreciate all of the stuff like that.
So overall for Mason, they're able to escape with the win. 3 points, which was their largest lead of the entire night. They never got higher than 3 points. That 2-3 zone really took out a lot of the Patriot offense, which in the beginning it looked good and what we had expected this season. Put Justin Kier in the middle, put Jared Reuter in the center, and they were doing well. Second half of the game, they kind of struggled to get it going.
They had great ball movement, and I said this on Twitter. They had great ball movement in the first half, and I thought going through that, and then in the second half, it just disappeared. I just thought it disappeared. It went away, and it just looked a little too sloppy to me. Have any more thoughts on that? I don't know what it is. say.
No, I'd say the same thing. Is just they worked really hard, a lot of good ball movement, a lot of cuts in the first half, but in the second half it just seemed like they got lazy, forced shots, just trying to get things to go, and there were no good looks for them. They need to be more patient when they're getting this, but I don't think you would expect a team to go through a zone the entire game. This might be one of those outliers. But nonetheless, George Mason gets over the hurdle, which is the Fordham Rams. I think a lot of Mason Nation knows what this hurdle means because Fordham's not a team that George Mason knows how to beat. But they were able to beat them here tonight, 5-1 in the Atlantic 10. Who would have expected that at this point in the season? Up next for them, big test. I think this is going to be one that a lot of people are going to use as kind of a
Test.
a test to see if George Mason will be able to stay at the top of the standings. Dayton 4-1 on the road in Dayton, Ohio. That's going to be a tough one in the rivalry a week from today against George Washington. So that will do it here from Eagle Bank Arena. He's Dom. I'm Tyler. He's by George. I'm GK, and we will see you guys next time.